A little known scientific fact about D&D is that the race you choose determines every single aspect of who you are as a person in real life. Don't blame the messenger, sorry. So today we're going to look at the races of D&D and say what it says about you as a player and a person. In before the comments that say, wow dude, you were so right about every race, except for the one that I play. You were super wrong about every single thing you said about that one. Dragonborn. You played too much Skyrim growing up and thought you'd be able to first row dart goblins into the abyss or just play a stealth archer. Or you just looked at all the pictures in the book and chose the one that you think looked the coolest. You hoped you'd be able to fly with wings and now it's too late to go back and change to Aarakocra. Dwarf. You practiced a Scottish accent for months leading up to the campaign, then bailed at the last moment, and now your mountain dwarf sounds Midwestern. You started off investigating every bit of masonry and stonework, but forgot about your stone cunning long ago. And you've been waiting for the opportunity to say, "Toss me!" since the first combat encounter. Elf. You wanted to play a fantasy race, but didn't want to stray too far from being a human. You made yourself a spry 25 years old, without realising that elves don't reach adulthood until 100, and now you're stuck as a toddler for the next 75 years. Every single long rest you remind the DM that you don't need to sleep and just meditate instead. Gnome. Every so often you forget how small you are, and the party then don't drop it for the rest of the session, saying about how your legs go across the floor. You started off trying to break the expectation of a jovial gnome, but now you're just Scanlan, regardless of your class and backstory. Half-elf. The +2+1+1 was just too tantalising for your greedy little fingers. You have daddy or mummy issues in game, and probably in real life too. You were originally going to pick an elf, but being 25 would have made you a toddler, and now that's kind of weird. Halfling. You can win the lottery on your very first ticket. You've never rolled a natural 1, and your whole backstory revolves around a recreation of the Shire from the Lord of the Rings. Half-orc. You speak like a brute, and 95% of the time, you're a barbarian. You wish you could have been a full orc, but your DM wouldn't let you because they're supposed to be evil. You're a beefcake in-game, and probably in real life too. Human. You're a jack of all trades and a master of none. You wanted to fit in every single type of settlement the DM would throw at you. You're probably a fighter or a ranger, and you're boring. Tiefling. There's no way in hell you're not a little fruity. See the half-elf regarding mummy/daddy issues, but yours are more infernal in nature. Half of your appearance notes are dedicated to your unique horns and or tail. Aarakocra. You just wanted to fly, but now you're going to pass away from old age at the grand age of 28. Every combat encounter starts with you flying up into the air, and your DM is sick to death of you cheesing every single fight and puzzle. Aasimar. You have a god complex and or religious trauma. You refer to others, including your own party, as mere mortals. And you wish you had a religion in the world centered around you. Genasi. You watched Avatar on repeat in lockdown and wish you could be all of the Genasi at once. Everything you do and describes is a little bit bendery. Bugbear. About 6 of you exist in the world. Well done for being unique. Despite being massive, people forget you're there until you say the most profound thing they've heard all session. Centaur. No one knows whether your offspring will inherit the top or bottom half of your body, and by God there's only one way to find out. The party always want to ride on your back, and it's starting to get a little bit weird. You heard that centaurs could stand on top of each other and are taking full advantage of that. Changeling. You couldn't decide on one of your many reams of characters, so you're going to play all of them and no one can stop you now. Deep Gnome, Dwagar, Drow. See the Gnome, Dwarf and Elf, but add a little edgy, gothy twist because you just have to be different. Gith. No one played this until Lae'zel stole your heart in Baldur's Gate. You're the nicest person ever outside of game, but you use the campaign to let your darker side out. Herringon, Tabaxi, Leonin, Shifter. You're probably an animal lover. Your house has every type of pet imaginable, and you might well be a vegan. Or on the other hand, you're a furry. Definitely a furry. Shaderkai. Edge. Gith. You spend far too much time arguing about whether it's pronounced Gith or Jif, and now your friends are worried that this extends into real life too. Tortle. Your favourite movie is Kung Fu Panda, and you cried when Oogway died. You're either a druid, or a monk, or a multi-class of the two. And every session you look for opportunities to drop hidden wisdom with your old man voice. You've probably got a little journal somewhere filled with one-liners that you can drop at any moment, and half the time they don't even make sense for the context. Let me know your D&D race stereotypes below. Like if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more. Check out more content on my channel.